So for step number 7, this is step number 7, I'm going to take my star that I have now that's based on a hexagonal shape. See, we have a hexagon actually out here and a smaller one in here. And I am going to make marks on it so that I can create my snowflake. The first part of this is to measure the length of one of my lines. So I'm going to measure from the center to the edge, and that is 5.5 centimeters. It's a little easier for you to measure if you measure in millimeters. And if I'm going to zoom in here so that you can see that I measured to this spot right here from the center of my star. Okay, so I'm measuring from the center of my star to this location. That should be, if I've done a really good job, the same distance as from the this intersection of my two outside lines to the outside point of my star. From here to here should be the same distance as from here to here. And it is, for me, pretty close at 5.5 centimeters. Now, I'm going to divide that measurement. So this is 5.5 centimeters, and I'm going to divide it by 5. That's centimeters, and that's going to give me 1.1 centimeters. Okay? This is 5.5 centimeters. And I divided it by 5 because I want to divide this into 5 equal parts. And that gives me 1.1 centimeter. Yours may be different depending on how long the radius of your circle was. Now, in order to make sure that that is an accurate measurement, I'm going to make a few marks with my pencil and my compass before I do this in pen. I'm going to change my compass measurement now to 1.1 centimeters. Again, I'm still working with a pencil. So this is at 1.1 centimeters. And I'm going to start at the outside point of my star, and I'm going to transfer that measurement down to the center. And if it's a good measurement, it should end up right on that vertex. Now see, it was a little bit too big, so I'm just going to make it a tiny bit, tiny bit smaller. And I'm going to try again. A tiny bit made a huge difference at the end, and that looks really good. It looks like I did a really super job on that. I'm going to try it here. Again, I'm starting at the outside and going in. It is very important that you start at the outside and go in on every single one, just so you're consistent. Okay, so I like that measurement, so I'm going to stick with that. And I'm going to take out my pencil and put in a pen. Now I may have to change my measurement a little bit, but I'm going to put this up against what I had to make sure that it is the same measurement. You see, I am modifying it to make sure that I'm at the same measurement that I was, because the pen's not in exactly the same place the pencil was, and I am happy, and so I'm going to mark this on my star now, and I'm going to continue to mark this all the way on every single line I have left on my star. And that's going to be super boring to watch. So I'm going to do a few, and then I'm going to skip to the end. If I've done this really well, these will intersect right here and be in the same spot. Don't forget to mark the very end of your star in pen because we're going to erase that. So you'll want to mark all of those vertex points at the outside with your pen because we're going to start erasing after we get all these marks made. So I've marked all of my vertices with a pen and I'm starting to make these marks. I'm making them big enough for you to see them. You probably want to make them smaller, just about like that, because you're going to hopefully cover them up when you make your design. So you want them to be pretty small, more along these lines. So super small little dots is what you're looking for. And as exciting as this feels to me, I'm pretty certain it's boring for you. So I'm just gonna do a few more and then stop. You're gonna want to continue this all the way around your star. And then when you finish getting them all done, you're going to erase everything and all you will have is your marks. And that's what we're going to use. Now again, you don't want your big old ginormous marks like I made for you to see. You want them to be just little pinpoints, just like this. That's what you want, is dots, not big old arcs like this, okay? So it should look more like this. This is your goal.